Okay, so that's my cat. So this is something I've been working on. Let's make sure we're more or less calibrated correctly. Arms out. Right. Yeah, right about there. That should be about right. All right. So this is a one-to-one version of my apartment in VR chat. That is not the right couch. That's just a quick asset I found. Let's kind of tour my apartment a little bit in my VR space. Now, obviously, this is my actual VR space. Normally when I am playing VR chat with all of you guys, or whatever's, this is where I'm playing at. If you've watched my other channel, you'll know that I have a model railroad. That's my model railroad. And yes, I do have a CAD file for my model railroad. I did design my model railroad in 3D. I put it in here, and it is almost exactly, things almost exactly line up. I'm going to redo the model so it's more accurate because it actually doesn't, that whole end isn't correct in the CAD file. So I need to redo that end to make it better fit the space. And then I need to do like all the bench work and everything underneath so all the legs look correctly. I do have a video projector here in the game, and that's because I actually have on that wall a video projector. It hangs up right there and it goes boom. And I talked about this in my previous video. I've done a little bit of work, and at this point right now, I am actually walking around the apartment in VR. Some things, like I put a mirror there just because you got to have a mirror. You can't have a VR chat world without mirrors. Everything's still very, very rough and everything. While I was doing all this, I realized I have the CAD files for all of my robots. Ooh, that's not correct. I just bumped into a counter. Let me put my hand here and see if we can. And let's walk back over here and put my hand here. I think the orientation is rotated. What I'm doing is I'm putting there's probably a better way to do this. I'm putting my hands on a known surface and getting my real hands aligned with my virtual hands. Some of the dimensions I think I got a little wrong, but luckily I did parametric design in Fusion 360. I am actually using CAD software to design all of this. Yeah. So I can go back and just edit the sketch dimensions and it will fix all the walls. I just did everything rough, but I can, for the most part, navigate around my apartment. As I remember, because my trash can is right there. I can navigate around my apartment in VR chat. Now, I do walk slowly because I know there's a wall right there, and I know there's counters there. These counters aren't at the right height, but like, here's my sink. So I'm standing at my sink, doing dishes now. Like, this is what you see. Like, I've talked about my model railroad before, where I can be sitting at my sink doing dishes and watch my trains, and like, this is what I see when I'm doing dishes. When I'm cooking dinner, there's my computer. And again, I have a CAD file of my computer. I made this a couple years ago. I was working on another project, so I made this CAD file, although I think the scaling is off. I think the world scaling is a little off. But if I go here, and we're walking slowly, because I know there's like trip hazards. Now I'm in my bedroom. I need to put my bed right here so I can actually, like, I don't know, lay down, I guess, and put maybe another video screen here because I have a TV screen right there. And then I need to make these doors taller, I think. Yeah, I need to make these doors taller. And then this is my bathroom. I haven't finished it, obviously. Again, this is just me learning how to make a world in VR chat, and instead of just making like some cool fantasy or sci-fi world, I'm making my own apartment. And the reason why, and I said this earlier in a previous video, is I have an idea for some big project later in the year that would involve this. Now, one of the things I want to do, as I was doing all this, I realized I have the CAD files for all of my combat robots that I've built. So I've got my 3-pound robot right there. I've got my 1-pound plastic ant weight. What I want to eventually do is see if I can't make it so that way they can be picked up and interacted with, and not necessarily driven or anything, but picked up, interacted with, and possibly possibly disassembled. So like you could like take the top plate off. Let's come around here because everything's a little weird. Like take the top plate off and look at the electronics inside this robot. I would actually you can clip your camera through it. I don't know if it's going to see it or not, but you can like clip your camera through it right now and see what's going on and see the internals of that. So I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's a little update on my apartment, my VR chat apartment update. I still need to figure out how to do the LED light strips along here and get rid of those two lights. And I need to finish detailing. I need to do the last two rooms I need to do. Well, three rooms I need to do. I need to do the guest bedroom, which is right there. The guest bathroom, which is right there. I do want to put my utility room in and my garage in. And then I can start like doing more detail, but again, more detail work. Again, like I've never built a VR chat world before, so this is all my first time. So yeah, and I'm just winging it. Thanks for watching, though, guys. Check out the info stuff, the description and all that. Yeah, that's it. Again, I'm just raw recording these. I'm not doing any editing because I hate editing. I need to get new editing software. So, laters.